Welcome back to the channel. This video is in the playlist for glaciology, and we're looking at, in this video, what a glacier or glacier is and how they form, the composition, and where you'll find them. This is the Earth Science Classroom. So a glacier or glacier is a generic term used to describe any accumulation of ice, snow, mostly ice, and maybe some sediment and some different size particles within that sediment, unsorted sizes, but mostly it's the ice. And this generic term relates to things like ice sheets and ice caps, and can include icebergs and calving. And it's that generic term that derives from the ancient French word, and before that the ancient Latin word for ice. And in America you say glacier, in Europe, and especially in England, you say glacier. So either way you say it, it's this accumulation of ice and snow compacted down under the weight of its own mass. So the larger the size of this accumulation of mass over a certain location, you get the compaction and density increases. You also might get some water component to this glacier because of the weight, and the friction may create some water at the bottom, which is that kind of like basal sliding and deformation part. But the glacier happens in certain locations, so you need a certain climate, more consistent cold temperatures with obviously some precip, snow and some ice to fall to form this glacier. And this happens usually in the higher latitudes, around above the 65 up to 90 north and 90 south, which is the polar regions, the Arctic and Antarctic, and areas like Greenland and parts of Russia, Canada, Alaska, and obviously Antarctica, and some other areas dotted around, again, based on the elevation. If you get a lower latitude location that's generally warmer, you need to have a really high elevation to form a glacier, like in a mountain range, like the Alps or the Andes, or perhaps around the Americas. You need very high elevation. So this glacier is a general term for the accumulation of ice in a certain location, and the size can vary, and then the name will be based on the size of this glacier. And an important feature of this glacier or glacier is that it moves under its own weight. It's moving. There's deformation, there's movement, there's motion downhill due to gravity. So these large accumulation of ice fields or ice accumulation is actually moving. Now, it could be a fast motion or velocity, or it could be very, very slow. Depends on the glacier, depends on the ice and deformation and other characteristics. But one thing that sets it apart in a natural landform or process is this large ice is moving. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like it, please subscribe and hit the like button. If you like more on this